What's going on, everybody? So we're back, round 4 MOXC Rooster Coop out in Sturgis, Michigan. We got everything loaded up. It's almost 7 o'clock. We're gonna leave here. We're gonna be there about 10 o'clock. So got a big race today up in Sturgis. We've raced this race before. I've had great success on this race, and I have also wrecked on this race and really hurt myself. So it's really last year it was really dusty. The year before it was really wet. So I don't know what we're gonna get. I think it's gonna be a little dusty. I talked to my one buddy Sean. You know Sean, Banshee Boy Sean. He said that it's not too bad. There's a couple water holes. He said there's a rock climb, which I'm kind of excited about, but it sounds like a couple of the guys are whining about it. But you know, not everybody's built for it, right? 250R is built for it though. Z400 is built for it though. Around. So yeah, we got everything locked down. We're ready to go. We're just waiting on the kids the kid and my wife here, so we can get going. So yeah, all loaded up, ready to go. Got the sun's rising. Looking like it's going to be a pretty nice day. Not going to be too cold, but anyways, I'll check in with you at the track. We'll get this thing going. Hey, what's up, guys? So we're at the track here. So we're at Sturgis for round 4. Let me turn if you guys can see. So yeah, this is where everybody's parked here. So you can hear another 250R over there. That's my buddy Wes. He's B class. He's awesome. I don't know if you can see, but the start's going to be up there. But yeah, the track is about 4.5 miles, so like a smaller track, but some tight sections, some super fast sections. I'm excited about. So we're just kind of get ready. We still got another hour or two, I think, before we're ready to go. But I'm walking back to the truck now, so we're gonna see what happens. But anyways, I'll check back in with you guys later. Hey guys, real quick before we start the video, I did a horrible job at wiping the mud off. I wasn't gonna put it all up there, but I watched the whole thing, and it seems like you kind of make out what's going on. You know, if you guys hate this, just fast forward through it. When I watch a race video with mud on it, I usually don't watch. If I can't see nothing, I don't watch it, but I feel like you can see some of it. So back to the video. Fuck, man. Why am I fucking up? thanks for watching all the way to the end. As you see, it was a super fun race. We did have that accident right off the bat. I'm not mad at the guy. You can hear me cussing. Sorry about all the cussing, but you know, this is an important one. We're really close on points. So right now, it's anybody's game. You know, I've been leading pretty much for the whole season. I have been leading for the whole season. And just as usual, we get down to the end and I start doing stupid shit. But hey, the 250R ran amazing yesterday. You know, after Todd hit me, it really did discombobulate me. You can see everybody in my group kind of get past me. You know, he felt bad. I don't want him to feel bad. You know, he offered to buy me a new bumper and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, dude, it's just part of the race. It ain't the first time I got hit. So you can see me as I came up over that hill. I was surprised as he was that there was a hard left and everybody was just sitting there. So, but you know, we made it around the track. I'm gonna apologize about you know, trying to wipe the lens. I started the camera too early. I didn't get a crap ton, but we got what we got. So I'm going to try to do better on the video next time. So, but it's pretty entertaining. I think you can kind of see, even with the mud going on there, what's going on. So, man, I was a hard fight. So I had to fight back up. And like I said, I was so discombobulated for like the first 2 laps, really. I'm not sure how many laps we did. I did not get a picture of the results. I want to say it was like 6 or 7. Might even been more than that. But man, I felt great on the bike. The suspension was fantastic. The motor was really good. I didn't have any kind of issues at all other than, you know, just getting smacked down. I'll show you what that looks like. I'll show you what, you know, kind of happened with that. When he hit me, my chest protector got stuck under his plastic, and I basically had to rip it apart to get off. He helped me. He grabbed it and pushed me, and the thing ripped off. And the whole time, the thing, I'll show you, is the little shoulder piece was just sitting there in my face. It was getting stuck under my helmet. It was pretty horrible. Then I had muddy goggles. I totally thought we were going to have a dusty race, and it ended up just being pretty much a mud fest. So, but yeah, let me turn the camera on and kind of show you the damage, and I'll let you see what we got here. All right, so yeah, this is it. So he hit me pretty much dead on. He said he was coming in sideways, so I don't think the frame's bent. Doesn't look bent to me at all, but I need to check it. I need to make sure I don't have any cracks. You know, there could be cracks up there from getting hit that hard. It was a hard hit. That's probably the hardest I've ever been rear-ended. No pun intended. On the track. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out. We got to get this stuff cleaned. Sorry, I'm shaking a little bit. It's freaking cold out here. So yeah, you can see how muddy the machines got, man. And we did it. Dakota had an amazing race. There was a portion in there where you can see I was riding with him, and there was a couple times where I was afraid I wasn't going to catch up to him. So he ended up getting a lot of arm pump during the race, and you know, kids being kids, they don't listen to me. I was like, man, I think your controls are too low, you know? Like, I get it, but yeah, I think that, you know, he thinks that he likes it like that around here, but I think once we get in that rough stuff, man, you gotta kind of pull him up a little bit. I think he's just reaching. He's like, man, I couldn't use my arms anymore. Like, that sucks, man, because he was hauling. So, yeah, we got muddy, that's for sure. So, yeah, that sucks too, because that was a XFR XC grab bar. I love that thing, but that's one of my new trophies there. So we'll get her hung up on the wall of exhaust and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Here's another trophy of mine. So what really sucks about this, I bought this. Oh man, get off there. I just unloaded the car. Look at that. Made in Italy. It's a Thor. I must have been, God, 19 when I bought this. I'm 45 now, so this was an old Thor. But let me get this down here so you can see what actually happens. So yeah, you can see here's, see, it's all messed up. So there you go, this thing. So this thing was getting caught under my helmet. It was blocking my vision. It was really crappy having that like that. I thought about pulling over and taking it off, but I knew that if I stopped, I was just going to lose more time. I talked to Eric, who got second place, so I took third. he said I came in about a minute behind him, and I was probably closer to 6-7 minutes at the beginning of the race. That's probably how far those guys got ahead of me, you know, with me having to stop and getting hit, and maybe not getting hit because that kind of happened pretty early. But yeah, you're going to see all sorts of shit happen. But he said I was about a minute behind him. So that made me feel pretty good. Man, I was hauling. I had no idea what position I was in. For most of the race, I thought I was pretty much dead last, and I, you know, just kind of let myself down. But then I, you know, picked my head back up and said, let's go. So I still got, I know it's hard to see, guys, but I still got a decent amount of fuel. So yeah, it's not too bad. I was worried about fuel, but I didn't even stop. I was just trying to listen for it. But when I get this off, we're going to get everything back up, and we're going to try to figure out how to get them starts, and we're going to see on the next round, guys. I really appreciate you watching the videos. Like, subscribe, comment down in the video. You got any suggestions about kicking this bad boy, let me know. You guys have a good one.